I'm waiting and listening. Am I hearing anything? Hold on, is that me? Am I alive?
Over here. Hello?
Oh, I hear it. I hear it.
Yay!
It's back, yeah. Oh. I only hear me.
Oh. What the fuck?
Jaffe's muted. Oh, and Bunny.
It's okay. I'm muted too.
No, I can hear Bunny and I can hear Tech Protect.
Oh.
Did you know?
Because I said so many important things.
Yeah, although Jaffe probably turned up in Discord or something. I'm loud on the stream. Speaking to your mic. I'm not hearing you yet. Hold on. Nope, your audio is not coming through.
Huh.
I can hear you in Discord, yeah.
It's gotta be on OBS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, chat. I'm gonna tell you what Jaffe's saying. He's going, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing Leonardo DiCaprio from. Wait a minute. Test. I'm Jaffe. Test.
Okay.
It's not okay. I mean, it's not Discord. He said he's closing Discord, but it makes no sense. Why would Discord be able to hear audio, but the stream can't? No. Look at your.
You are.
I was trying to hide. Never mind. I don't know. He's trying to hide. I was gonna get on the back of the couch and put the curtain over me. I had a plan. It just didn't work. Can y'all hear Jaffe?
No, they can't hear Jaffe.
How about now? Now they can, but it's probably an echo, right?
I'm not sure.
Test. There once.
Yeah, it's with echo.
It's with an echo, so at least we can fix that.
Yeah, all you have to do is go into your OBS settings, right? And then at the bottom, don't actually click settings.
There was a baby.
Jaffe!
Is that better now? Better without the echo?
Oh my god.
Is it fixed now without the echo? Test. There was a baby. Yeah, goddamn right. It's okay. We're here to go. Here we go. Welcome to the show. It's nice to see everybody. Today has been a clusterfuck, but it's going to be a great fucking show. I know we're running really late today, and I also appreciate the fact that we had some technical issues. But look, man, Capcom had a show. It was okay, but I rediscovered the brilliance today that is Resident Evil 7. So I was playing that. I was enjoying that. A great, good goddamn deal with the stream. And then obviously we got busy prepping. Because here's the thing you have to understand. Tech Protect is literally moving his bodice. He is moving from Las Vegas with my beautiful, amazing child. And they are moving in here. We are going to begin what will rival probably Logan and Jake Paul with their little stream house. But we are going to... Don't give me that face. You promised me that would work, Tech. Now you're doing a face like you're worried about it. so, it's going to be a very busy weekend. I don't even know what tomorrow looks like when it comes to stream schedule, but Monday we're back solid. I'll be available and around all weekend, but I don't know what tomorrow looks like. So the point is, it's been a lot of shit going on. Plus, we had movers and furniture people come today. Nobody cares, Jeffy. Yes, they do. Yes,
Everybody does.
they do. I'm happy to be here with you all. It is a delightful thing that we get to do, and I appreciate you guys supporting our show. Speaking of supporting the show, I want to let you know tonight we have 2 goals. The first door is only $20 to open the green door, and you will get a custom Madhouse Mad Lib. It's only $20 to start it. If you are the first person to spend 20, or you get us to 20, you can pick the genre and you can pick the name of the hero. Okay. After that, it's $5 a slot for various words and things. At the end of the show, we'll perform it for you. I'm a character, Bunny's a character, Tech's a character. And then if there are 2 of you who want to do voice acting and are willing to come into the Discord, we have 2 roles for $20 each. It's pay to act. You goddamn right. Welcome to the big city. And you can be part of our little Madhouse Mad Lib. After that, if we raise $150, we're going to watch a horror movie tonight in the Discord. You guys will choose if you want. Otherwise, it's $5 to make a choice. Look at that. Drive-by Joe. Drive-by Joe. Oh, no. Look what K-Nubs put in the Discord, you fucking weirdo. What do you get for $150, K-Nubs? All right. So Drive-by Joe, then we need the name of the character and we need the genre you want it to be. Give me a name of the main character and the genre you want it to be, and then we're off to the races. And once we fill out the slots, we'll start raising money for the horror movie. We'll talk to you about that if we are so fortunate to get there. Thank you, Drive-by Joe. All right, Tech, be on the lookout for his suggestions so I can start feeding this into the supercomputer. Okay.
Thank you, boss.
Meanwhile, this evening, we've got some fun things to talk about. Of course, let me bring up our... we got a couple of political stories, but we're not going to start there. We're not going to make you feel all shitty. Let's start with the LCU. So yeah.
Before we go on, and I forget, Drive-by Joe says he's driving. He can't message right now, but when you can, Drive-by Joe.
Wait, no, he literally is messaging. I'm driving. I can't. He can't say just give us the genre. And
he's gonna think about it. He has to contemplate. Maybe he's at a red light right now, but when you can, no worries, no pressure.
Okay, well, if anybody wants to start filling in the Mad Lib, let me know. The first $5 will tell you what it is. In fact, here it is. The first $5 we need for slot number 1 is, here we go. One moment.
What a great moment, by the way.
All right, here we go. Sorry. Okay, I'm coming to it late. All right, an adjective that describes something sensual, unsettling, or oddly arousing. Give us a word. The $5 who gives us that will get the first word. It is an adjective describing something intensely sensual, unsettling, or arousing. Some examples would be like throbbing, slippery, forbidden, whatnot. Okay. Meanwhile, let's talk about, and again, Tech, I'm not looking at the chat, so I'm relying on you. So I don't watch a lot of any of the drama stuff, but I do like to hear when people who I like to compete with are getting bloody noses. And I was looking at a forum today, and apparently Becky Boop, her channel is doing pretty well. Her show is doing pretty well. They're live right now. And she said, well, she didn't say, but they said that her show, which is competing, I guess, directly with the LCU's Queens, is beating the shit out of Queens, and Queens only made like $30 the last couple of days. I've not been watching, but I got the sense talking to you, Bunny, at the beginning of the stream, you have a little bit more information on this than I do.
Yeah, hold on, let me get Oprah.
Did she just say Oprah? She has a dog named Oprah?
Oh,
Big
Opal. Opal Jane. Yeah, I've like popped into Queens a couple times this week just to see what they got going on because they got a new lady on there. I think her name's Gigi or something, which that's adorable. But
So who is on Queens now? It's Tina.
it's Tina and this lady Gigi.
Okay.
Who's I don't know where the hell she came from. She's really good
Yeah.
at like talking and stuff. Like she's an entertaining lady.
Okay, that's good.
But they are not making nothing like they were making when Becky was on there.
Is Gigi and Tina, are they getting mad at each other? Is it kind of the same dynamic, or this?
It's like the Gigi lady is just like, I don't know what I'm doing, and Tina's like, pull her string, and she says the same 5 lines.
Gigi, listen, if you're watching our show, Gigi, let me give you a little tip. Make fun of Tina's leg. She loves it. She fucking loves it. All right, well, there we go. So, hey, good for Becky, man. I mean, that's great news. She's been giving us some great...
and every time
what?
Every time I pop over on Becky's show, they're like having a great time.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
like I
making
said,
money, they're having fun.
I don't want to present it like I'm angry with Keemstar. I don't know the guy well enough to be angry with him, but I do like competition, and I know that he likes to compete. So I like seeing, the enemy of my friend is my enemy, because I like Becky anyway. She's not my enemy. But so good. Metaphorically, bloody the fuck out of him. I think it's great. Let's take him down. Why not? All right. Well, there we go. There's that. Now, let's talk about some stuff that's going on. I'm going to save the politics for a little bit later. I'm going to just jump right to something gross. I'm going to show you something on your screen, and I want to know what you would do, because remember the other day we were talking about that Creep Show episode where the guy hated roaches? Yeah. Well, this is kind of that. Like, if I saw this in my kitchen, I don't know what to do. I mean, this person did the best they could. They put a pot down over it. Right? I'm sharing my screen, right? You guys can see this on YouTube, and you and Tech can see it. Okay. I mean, because I guess at this point you could say, well, call an exterminator and you just go to the movies and come home and it's dealt with. But I imagine there is a point where if they keep coming, they're going to move that fucking lid. Now, maybe I would turn the hot water on and put soap in there and just let them die. I mean, what would you do? What would you do? And
burn that whole place down.
Right. Because more importantly, this is a possibility. Roaches, I I didn't even know. Well, hang on.
Yeah.
Where do they come from? Because I know there's the disposal and all that. But where do they get in from down there? There's no water that comes in down there. It comes in from the other pipe.
Well, yeah, it's not that they come in through there. It's that they will settle inside of your plumbing. Like
That's what I was thinking. They get down in there and lay eggs and stuff, and then they all come out at once.
Yeah, they will live in your plumbing. They'll live in your sinks. They'll live in your toilets. If you have air vents in the floor, like in a trailer, they'll live in the fucking air vents in the trailer. Especially in the winter.
Do you think the only reason that we are repulsed by roaches is just because they do carry disease and it's purely biological evolution? Or do you, because it's so, I have the intellectual capacity to understand all of that, and I still get so fucking freaked out by these things. I mean, isn't that what a ridiculous concept? If you ever want to teach somebody basic psychology 101, the difference between you can intellectually know something, but you emotionally can totally feel the opposite. This is that. Because intellectually, you're probably not going to get a disease. They're not going to hurt you. They
can get in your ears.
Yeah, but chances are they won't.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Okay, but I'm just saying that, but it's still...
Where does it come from?
Well, I think it comes from biological evolution, because there was a time where these kinds of creatures really did a number on us when it came to diseases and stuff, right? It's got to be that.
Yeah. Funny enough, me and your daughter had this conversation recently about like human evolution and what's like a natural thing that just exists inside the human psyche based on like genetics, right? Yeah. Like
you mean humans? Wait. Articulate that better, because you mean that's not based on evolution?
That is so no. It's human evolution. In terms of what exists within the human psyche that is connected to genetics. Like we are naturally this way because of certain like features. Like, like humans laughing right, is like a very natural thing, right? A human left alone in the jungle will probably develop laughter when he thinks something is like entertaining, right? Or fear causing you to like open your eyes wider, right? Like that's like a natural thing for you to do. Every society that engages with the idea of fear will have like a facial reaction of like, big eyes open, mouth agape type shit.
Okay,
Um,
but and that's
but
probably
one of the cool ones,
probably still biological evolution, right? That's
yeah,
to
it's,
make
it's biological. It's not like a societally learned thing.
Yeah.
So
right.
one of the cool ones is
Right.
humans have like a very innate olfactory
Smelling,
like sense, yeah, with being able to detect rotting meat,
right?
right? Like decay or rotting meat really fucks with us genetically. Like our nose is like, oh shit, this is bad. Immediately, don't fuck with this thing. Like it's like a survival thing. So little bugs might be a survival thing. It might be like a built-in
Oh yeah, no,
skittering tiny
it
shit.
absolutely is. But that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying is our lizard brain, at least my lizard brain, when it comes to this, wins the day. Like I can overcome some of my programming with intellect, but when it comes to this, I mean, I guess I could if I had to. Like I guess my desire to take care of my kids or someone I loved would trump my fear or disgust of roaches if I had to reach my hand into this sink and pull out like a gun because somebody was breaking into my home. I would reach in. You know, I would do it.
Yeah.
But they'd have to be so big or scary that I don't think I could kill them like with the baseball bat or the shotgun I already have.
Do you know what the trick to this situation is, by the way? God, having on screen is crazy. But
The trick
you know,
is
like-
very simple. If you have money, move. That's the trick.
That's funny.
If you don't have money, I don't know, but I'm glad I'm not in this situation.
You know those baking tins? Go ahead, Bunny.
Yeah. Oh no, go ahead.
You know those baking tins that are just like the border, like it's just like a circle, like a metal circle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You just get one of those, fill it with dish soap around this thing, and then you lift the lid, and then the dish soap just fucking like takes them.
No, or you just fill the sink with fucking hot water and soap.
No, they'll swim.
And bleach.
Boil 'em. Do it with boiling hot water.
Oh.
Well, by the way, did you know Red
Oh my
Lobster
God.
is releasing a fucking seafood boil?
I don't know what.
Yeah,
what
it
is-
looks good.
I saw that
It looks
they're out of
good.
bankruptcy. The guy who bought it
Yeah.
totally has turned it around. But
Yeah.
I would only go to Red Lobster as a
seafood
kid.
bowl.
My parents
It's a seafood
loved it.
bowl.
But I don't know what what is that?
Oh, Jeff, you don't know what a seafood bowl?
I
Are
don't.
you Southern?
I will not eat
You ain't never been to
seafood.
Bubblegums?
I
Got
will.
seafood bowl?
I will not eat seafood. It's disgusting to me.
What?
Oh wow.
But tell me, what is a seafood boil?
I feel like you don't deserve to know now.
All right, fine. Let's move on then. Okay, so well, go
Go ahead,
ahead.
Bunny. What's a seafood boil?
Well, I was going to say about the cockroach thing. We had a Quincy's in town that they had cockroaches really bad, and then they literally tore down the whole Quincy's and moved it over like 5 feet because they said they couldn't get rid of the cockroaches, and the only that was the solution. They literally just moved it over 5 feet. It was the craziest thing ever, and that's why they said,
Is that space still empty?
yeah, it's like you can see where the old Quincy's was, and then like
But nothing
The new
else has
Quincy's.
ever gone there because they've never been
no, because
Yeah.
they said that everything that was ever there, like they had a problem with cockroaches and they just could never get rid of them, so they just demolished the whole place and moved it over.
The reason places don't get utilized to me is like fascinating. We worked at this place when we had the Bartlett Jones Supernatural Detective Agency. We were in the downtown San Diego Gas Lamp, historic building, the Wyatt Earp building. And on the first floor, there used to be a very, well-known established restaurant for decades called George's, which was a steakhouse. And it would be one of those restaurants where like notable people from San Diego had their caricatures drawn on the wall and all this, it was a real institution. And they
Can we take this off the screen, by the way?
yeah, sure. And they shut down. And they had been shut down when we moved in like 2017. And there were all these rumors of people who were going to move in. And there was this one thing that was like that bar Coyote Ugly. It was like Coyote Ugly, but it wasn't, it was with like hot sushi chicks. So like Japanese version,
cool.
and we were all excited. And to this day, that space is still empty. And so I don't know if it's roaches, rodents, they can't, and this is one of the most prime pieces of real estate in the gas lamp district.
Yeah.
So maybe when a place gets roaches, maybe you just can't. There's sometimes you just like there's nothing we can do. You built it on top of a Indian roach graveyard, like in Poltergeist or something. I have no idea.
Yep.
But the roaches, the fact is that they don't. I mean, they must. I don't even know if they can be terrified, but they must be terrified. I don't think they're walking around going, "Hey, look at this! I'm gonna scare the shit out of this giant over here."
No, they're smug, Jeffy. These fucking roaches, they're smug as shit.
Huh?
Yeah, I hate them.
I don't.
They're
like
not
them.
scared.
You don't think
Motherfuckers
so?
are assholes.
Do their little wings at you?
Yeah, I don't like them though. I really don't. What a terrible. I wish I could be more. Anyway. What was it when we first started? You said my daughter and you were talking, and you and Bunny were talking about it, and I said save that for the stream because it sounds very interesting. And before,
It was
what was
interesting.
the what did she say? What are you doing, Ted?
Oh, Jeff, you ever heard the phrase, like when someone's being a very funny guy in the room, someone goes, "Stop! You're gonna make me pee."
That's not a phrase. That's a real. I know people. Like I have friends.
Yeah,
who
have you heard that?
Sure.
Have you heard that
That's my
before?
life.
Of course, because it's a real. It's a real thing.
Did you know it's only women that utilize that phrase?
Um,
Think back to it. Think all the friends that you've heard say that.
I
women.
am absolutely thinking of a woman right now, but I'm trying to think if have I ever laughed so much?
That you've peed. No.
No,
Never.
I've laughed so much that I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
But I've never laughed so much that I thought I was gonna urinate. No.
Yeah, your daughter was like going through and she came to the realization. She's like, wait a minute. I've only ever heard women say this.
Yeah.
And we looked into it. We were just like going through the thing. And it's, women just have different plumbing
Well,
to like their urinary tract, right? And there's just no extra gates in between there.
Yeah.
And so they're almost like always forcing it closed.
Yeah.
That's why women are like always going to the bathroom like more often than men.
Wait till you have a baby because
I know.
You're
They just pee.
Yeah, they just pee. My music teacher in third grade peed in front of the whole class. She was like 65, Miss Deegan. And now, like, I don't know.
Your
Like,
freak flag fly.
now if it had been me, I would go in and say, hey, I'm old. Well, first I'd probably I'd probably do the Billy Madison thing and say all the cool kids pee their pants. But besides that,
I accidentally peed on my best friend's lap one time in the back of a car. Everybody was
Lucky.
piled up, and I had to sit on her lap, and we
How
were laughing
old
really
were
hard at
you?
something.
Wait a
I was
minute.
like 17,
You
18.
peed.
maybe.
Wait a minute. You peed a
Oh,
little,
it gets better.
or it was like you finished the job.
Well, listen to this. It gets better. So we were laughing hysterically. I'm sure we were high. And then I was like, I gotta pee. We gotta stop laughing. And I had to pee really bad. And then we started laughing again. And then I peed. And then she was laughing so hard from it that she peed. And we just peed all in the back of this guy's car.
What did he do?
He thought it was funny. Like he wasn't
All right,
mad.
well,
He was like, I'll get it.
Oh, yeah, it's girl pee. It's different.
No,
Yeah, it's girl pee.
No. Well,
Girl pee's different.
I don't know. But I mean, that's a delightful little story from your youth, Bunny. I love it. I love that
Yeah,
for you.
there's nowhere I could go.
You
I
know,
had to pee.
And here's the deal. Go ahead, technology.
To finish that story, women don't realize. It seems like often that men just never pee when they are laughing. It's not a thing for us. I told Bunny this, and she's like, I had no idea. I thought men were on the same page. That's a funny
I
joke.
started thinking, I don't think I've ever heard a guy say like, "Oh my god, stop! I'm gonna pee."
Yeah, and Bunny realized that when they had like segregated men seating and women seating at the Laugh Factory, why was the women's chairs covered
never been
in Scotch Guard?
segregated seating.
Yeah, it's like, why do women get Scotch Guard sprayed on their seats before they sit at the Laugh Factory?
Yeah.
We
know that's not true though.
That's not true.
I mean, you had to really go far. It wasn't even a good joke, and you had to create a scenario.
It wasn't a joke.
90% of the people know that there are not segregated seating at comedy clubs.
Darth Nugget says not pee, but I've shit myself from a bad sneeze. Okay.
Oh, that sounds violent.
Do you ever look? Because I mean, maybe we'll know when we're all old, but
For a look.
well, okay. You ever look in the toilet and you see your poop, right? But think about
Try not
like,
to.
what if you're sitting in the car and you just poop your pants? Like, what is the shape it takes, right? Because there's that there's a butt there and a seat there. And so in the toilet, it comes out, if you're healthy, like as Oprah says, again, Oprah, bingo, she did a whole show about your poop should be S-shaped, right? But if you're sitting and there's pressure, is it just like a flat pancake that sits in your underwear?
If you're shitting your britches out, it better be like because it's liquid or something. Like, how are you accidentally shitting yourself and it's completely solid?
Well, what if you're what if you're like prairie dogging? Like you've got to go to the bathroom really bad, and it's not that you have diarrhea, you just can't get to a toilet, and so you sit down. You should
still be able to hold it though, right? I mean, unless I guess you're old.
No, I don't know. I mean, look, I don't know. I've never shit my pants, thank God. But I'm just wondering about the shape. I'm also wondering, we have the most delightful rewards for you tonight. We have the most delightful gifts for you tonight if you support our channel with your hard-earned money. Your kids don't need to eat. Don't be a fucking fool. They're fat and they're stupid. Yeah. Kids are resilient. Yeah, it's good for them. Give us your money. We literally don't have a single... This Mad Lib thing, let's just kill it right now. Let's give Drive-By Joe something else because clearly they don't want a Mad Lib story, and that's fine. That's fine. No. That's fine. Listen to this. Speaking of this delightful story of you pissing on your friend and then her in turn pissing in the car, these are wonderful memories that when you die...
Oh, by the way, someone did give us $5 for the word engorged.
All right. Well, there's the first one.
This is like a while ago.
That's fine. Who was it?
Blix! New donator to the channel.
Thank you, Blix. All right, engorged is the first word. Here we go. Slot number 1 is filled. Slot number 2. Give me a body part, plural, that could be erotic, absurd, or both. So if K-Nubs gave us a 5, thank you, buddy. But we need a body part from you now that could be erotic, absurd, or both. Okay, moving on. Go ahead.
Yeah, K-Nubs gave $5 saying, let's all crap our pants together.
Okay, fair. We'll do that. We could do that for a goal. $500. We'll all just sit here and try to... I wouldn't.
No.
I'm just curious. No. I won't show it to you.
No.
I won't show it to you, but I'd like to see the shape.
You just want to experience
I want to see the shape it takes. Like, what happens? Do you rise up in your seat? I don't think so.
Well, it's malleable. I mean,
right.
It's gonna, yeah.
Can somebody tell Willie Farnsworth what malleable means? It's a little complicated for him. He may not understand. Okay.
K-Nubs gives you the word taint.
Okay. There we go. Slot number 2 is now filled. Slot number 3 for $5, my friends, is... Hang on, it's coming. Come on, let's go. Don't you fucking let me down, you whore. Okay, beautiful. A verb ending in ing that could be interpreted as sensual or inappropriate. A verb ending in ing that could be interpreted as sensual or inappropriate, such as throbbing, slurping, or gyrating. Okay, so this story, Bunny Button, when you die, there'll be your children or your friends or your sister or whatever who will be able to tell it, but it will be lost for the most part. Until today. There's a study that came out today, my delightful friends. And this I never thought I would see because a lot of people say, no, it's not possible. We don't know what consciousness is, blah, blah, blah. 40%, a substantial chunk of neuroscientists today think there is a very real chance that a brain can be preserved and uploaded. 40% of people whose job this is. Listen to this. This is coming from I Fucking Love Science, which is a great website based on a great movie from the 80s that no one really appreciates or knows. Now, okay. If it was only possible to preserve a brain in such a way it could one day be compatible with being uploaded and bring you back to life, it turns out it may not be as outlandish as we once thought. The feasibility of brain preservation and decoding human memories is one that sounds confined to science fiction, but a recent survey of 312 neuroscientists has yielded surprising openness with the scientific community. I do think there's a huge amount of neuroscientific evidence, they say, to suggest that memories are stored in structural aspects of neurophysiology. And thus, I thought many of my colleagues would agree if you could preserve brain structure, you could preserve memory. But on the other hand, says the lead scientist, it's a pretty weird question with weird implications. And I thought a fair number of my colleagues would just say it's too weird to think about or work. I was pleasantly surprised, he says, by how seriously most respondents took the survey and how many of them think this is actually something that we could eventually do, possibly. A human, I mean, think about that now. I would absolutely do it. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to upload your consciousness. But if I could go to a computer and go, I would like to watch George Washington's memories. Obviously, it's too late for him now. But, you know, I would like to watch, I don't know, give me somebody who, you know, I would like to watch.
Tom
Elvis.
Cruise.
Who?
Elvis.
I said Tom Cruise. He's not dead yet,
He's not
but
dead
by
yet.
the time he
Okay,
does die, we might
see,
have him.
I want to see Tom Cruise's memories. I mean, I want to see Tom Cruise's memories, and I want
Some of the
AI
fish.
to take that and then build a 3D environment so I can live Tom Cruise's memories. Come on. In a heartbeat. Now, it may or may not have the emotional charge that came with those memories. But just to say this was Tom Cruise's recollection of filming this scene in A Few Good Men where he's arguing with Jack Nicholson. Or this is Zendaya's recollection of learning that her and Tom Holland are going to be in the Spider-Man movie. Whatever.
Yeah.
Or this is Bin Laden, the moment he died. We killed him. They took his brain out.
Yeah.
They said, chop, 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 chop. Here are these memories. We're going to make these 50 memories available on the archive. If you would like to see what Bin Laden saw when he was shot dead, like a dog, according to Trump, that actually was somebody else, not Bin Laden. But you can do it. I would do it. I would fucking do it. Whose brain would you want to have uploaded so you can experience their memories, Bunny Button?
Oh, John McAfee. If they had, yeah. he
Because
lived
then
a
you,
hell
well,
of a
then
life.
you could know, right? Then you could know how he actually
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
Then you,
And the stuff he said about whales. He said he fucked a whale.
well,
I don't know.
I don't think
he means like
so.
a fat woman.
I don't know.
how do you fuck a
Hey.
whale?
He
Because the
said it
vagina's got to
takes
be
a-
as big as a house.
He said it takes a special kind of man to fuck a whale, but if you can actually fuck a whale, then you've earned the right to fuck a whale.
I wonder if they could tell the difference between imagination and memory, though, like where it's stored. I don't know if they could or not, because memory is malleable as well, and sometimes we'll remember something that's kind of based on truth, but also based on us not knowingly adjusting it. And so maybe it's going to be very hard. He may just imagine fucking a whale, and we're like, "This is McAfee fucking the whale," and we would never know if it was true or
fucked the
not. Fuck the whale.
Yeah, Matt DeMarco says Bin Laden, so I can see him cashing his first paycheck from the CIA.
Could be that too. Or
My thing is, I was gonna say it'd be great for solving murders.
I
like-
was going to say, if you're going to start killing
Yeah.
people, you better do it from behind, because if you can see it, it's all over. I forgot about, remember I was saying I was playing this game Resident Evil 7 today? I forgot about the murder. There's this sheriff in that game, and you're talking to him, and he just suddenly, he's like in charge of the situation, this deputy sheriff, whatever. And then suddenly he gets this look because the bad guy has come up behind him with a shovel, and he has literally just like with a great force shoved the shovel through his head right here, and the top of his head, like a pumpkin, just slides away, and it was such a great kill in a horror game. It was delightful. But yeah, I would want to see Epstein's. I would want to see Epstein's brain, of course, to an extent.
Yeah, as I say, that won't be
What
hard.
about legality? Well, let's say, I mean, this is getting out there, but all of this is, but this is not fantasy. This is neuroscientists. 40% of neuroscientists say that they think this could actually be possible. And we do know that whatever you think of Elon Musk, there are various industries out there working on implementing, little sensors in the wet works we have. So let's say there is a day where you can hook someone up and see their memory. So would that be admissible in a court, in a trial? If it's like, if a lie detector is, why can't I hook somebody up that's accused of murder or accused of assault and go, well, let's find out. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Right? I mean, that seems like that should be legal if a lie detector's legal. Otherwise, I mean,
Yeah, I feel like they should, unless it is like you said, where the way you remember something can alter
right.
what they're saying. Yeah, I guess then they would be like, well,
Yeah.
maybe it didn't happen like that.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. What do we got, Tech? We got anybody else? We need a verb ending in ing that can be interpreted as sensual or hilariously inappropriate. Let's
Give me
go.
some sensual chat.
$5. And
$5.
Good words earlier.
we'll even take it, baby. We'll take it, baby. We'll upload it as a separate video. You can show your mom. You can be like, Mom, I came up with the word throbbing, and that's what happens in this story.
Yeah.
I
Mom will
wanna-
be so proud.
I know. Well, finally,
Yeah.
you know. I want to talk about this TV show, Virgin Island, soon. But before I do, Bunny was telling me briefly, but I don't have all the details about a modern day crucifixion. What's going on, Bunny Button?
Yeah, you want me to get into that?
Yes,
Because it's
ma'am.
wild.
Please do.
So on April 28th, 2025, I think they just caught the guy. That's why it's news now. 76-year-old pastor was found in his home, in his bed. He had been crucified up, with his hands nailed to the wall behind him, and he had a crown of thorns on his head. And they finally found the guy that did it. It was 51-year-old Adam Christopher Schaaf, and he apparently was like completely obsessed with the Old Testament, and he had planned out to kill 14 different religious people, like pastors, preachers. I think it even said like all different forms of
But
Christianity. I
he
think.
broke into this pastor's home and
Yeah.
and crucified him. I assume he was alive when he was crucified.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it did. I said he beat the hell out of him and then pinned him up on the wall, and he was 76 years old. But the guy had planned to he had 14 other ones already planned out, and he was like on his way to another state.
But wait a minute, you're saying this happened when?
April 28th is when they found the guy's body, but I think they just now got the guy. They're in the middle of the legal proceedings with
Was
the
he
guy.
only able
But
to
he's-
succeed with one though? Because it sounds like
Yeah, he
had
only
a
got
long
the
time to
one.
do the other ones. What happened?
Yeah, it says April 28th right here, but that date could.
I mean, did he lose his taste for it? If he was like, "Oh, now I'm going to go over to this rabbi's
No,
house,"
he was
or-
they said he was planning other ones. I think he was on his way to another state. He was on his way to, because that was in Arizona, and he was on his way to, like, I know I read where it was. He was on his way to somewhere else to
do
kill
an-
2 other ones in that state. Yeah,
Was he
and he had
against-
14 picked out.
Was he against religion, or he was religious? And it's like, I mean, what was his motive about?
It
this?
said he claims that he believed pastors, priests, and religious leaders who teach that Jesus was God, that they were misleading the people, and he called it Operation First Commandment.
I'm so tired of crazy people. I'm so tired
I
of them.
know.
I mean, they're
Oh,
all.
and he said that had no remorse. Like, he said he would do it again. He has no remorse. He said he
Right.
might have sympathy for the family getting caught in the crossfires, but he feels no remorse.
I mean, at
for
least
it.
that saves the legal profession a lot of money of having to try to defend this guy.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I did it. I'll do it again. I hope he burns in hell.
Yeah.
But I mean, that it's like, I understand having a bone to pick with anyone, certainly with religion. But the idea that that's that specific and saying, oh, it's because you're saying Jesus is the Son of God or what?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's your issue. How about what about the rest
Yeah.
of it? It's like that. It's like everything was fine with the flood and the parting of
Yeah.
the Red Sea. I was good with that. I was good with Jesus coming back to life, but the Son of God, now you've gone too far, pal. Get up on the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
weird. That's
He's got-
weird.
Big tattoo on his neck. I think they said it was in Hebrew. It says something in Hebrew.
What's it
bigger.
say?
So I don't know if he was
Of
religious.
course.
I was confused about that. Like, if he
Well,
was religious,
wanna
because
see
he
this
was
guy.
talking about like how he was ready to. He wants capital punishment done to him and stuff, and he was like, "Cause I'm ready to prove to everybody that I'm not going to hell." And I was like,
how-
"So
how's he
is this?"
gonna-
I
how's
don't
he
know
gonna-
if he's religious or
how's
not.
he gonna prove?
I think he thinks that he's gonna. Maybe he thinks he's Jesus, and he's like, try and kill me.
I am not the same. Yeah.
Ah.
I'm the real son of God.
Oh, here he is right here. Yeah. This guy, look at him. It says, I can't.
It says-
I wish they would
Yeah,
tell
I
us
got it
what
here.
this says on his throat, but I don't.
It says smearing, Jaffe.
What do you mean? That's what it says in Hebrew?
No. $5 from K-Nubs for the adjective of smearing.
Oh, I see. Okay, hang on.
Oh.
Thank you.
K-Nub.
Oh, come on, K-Nubs. Thank you, buddy.
Mwah.
You guys are letting the little goosebump fella take all the fun. Slot number 4. Give me a type of fabric or material that could feel luxurious, strange, or erotic. Velvet, latex, soggy corduroy. I'll tell you what. This one I'll give you for 99 cents.
Foreskin. Well, no, they can't type at 99 cents. It has to be $2.
I'll give you this one for $2. Then we'll give K-Nub a free one. $2. I want a type of fabric or material that could feel luxurious, strange, or strangely erotic. Here's the guy on your screen right here. I wish we could get some data as to what that says. He placed a crown of thorns in a sick crucifixion ritual. It says the hit list. He says, I was going to start in Phoenix and end in Phoenix and circle the nation. 10 cities, 14 pastors. He was on his way to kill 2 priests in Sedona. Justifying with religion, he claimed Christian pastors were leading people onto false path. Yeah. Oh, here's the guy. Here's the crucified guy.
I know, he's so precious.
Well, yeah, but he was putting
He looks
people.
like a cute little man.
He was putting people on a bad path. He says, Christian, Catholic, Mormon, anyone preaching that Jesus is God is essentially the Trinity, a concept created by man, says Paul. He is not God. God the Father alone is God. I don't hate Christians. I'm after the pastors that are leading them astray. I mean, there's a point. There's a point where it's just like, dude, shut up. Leave people alone. You don't
He
know.
claims he's in his right mind, too. He claims he is not mentally unwell. And I'm like, well, did you read what you did? Maybe they need to let him read the article.
I mean, I wonder, I guess he did have a hit list, but they're probably not going to publish it. Man, what a fucking weirdo. Now, look,
Yeah.
that guy's pretty weird, but I understand why you would be upset with people who are religious, who are pastors and men of faith, women of faith, because they're full of shit a lot of times. Look at this guy. Dead Reverend's rubber fetish. I mean, it's like, you know what?
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
I would not have a problem with this if these religious people of any religion, I'm not beating up on the Christian folks, any religion would stop acting like they are the moral authority. It's not a cliche. Well, I mean, it is a cliche, but it's a cliche because it's true. It's not a cliche, or it is true that the reason we think of it as a cliche, that all these people, that are constantly banging the drum about how moral we should be and how bad we are the ones that end up being the worst of the worst when it comes to being guilty of this stuff. And at this point, you should just assume people in authority are probably fucking creeps. You should just assume that power corrupts, no matter how good the intention. And there are exceptions, and maybe most people are the exception, which then wouldn't make it the exception, but most people are not like that. But the percentage of people who get freaky deaky corrupted by power is higher than any other reason you get corrupted and freaky deaky. Listen to this. Alabama, of course.
In Alabama.
Of course. Go ahead, Tech.
Speaking about rubber, Sterling with $5 says microfiber.
Microfiber. All right, thank you. Well, she gets 2 then, because this was a $2 word. Microfiber is 1, and then Sterling, you get a freebie. Give me a celebrity name. Alive, dead, real, A-list, or D-list. The weirder the context, the better. This is for Sterling. $2. Well, she's already paid it. So what do you want, Sterling?
Let us know, Sterling. It was a celebrity name.
Meanwhile, Alabama minister died in June of a, quote, accidental mechanical asphyxia, was found hogtied and wearing 2 complete wetsuits, including a face mask, diving gloves and slippers, rubberized underwear, and a head mask, according to the autopsy report. An Alabama minister. Now, I am not shaming the guy. if he likes to do autoerotic asphyxiation, if he's into BDSM, if he's into latex, let your fucking freak flag fly. But
Yeah, this guy would have loved a vac bed.
I don't know what that
I
is.
bet.
What is that?
Oh,
What is
Where-
it?
Jeff, you don't know
Where they
anything.
put you in between two pieces of like rubber or latex, and then they put a vacuum in there and suck all the air out, and you're just like sealed up.
Yeah. Do you know about the cube, Bunny? Have you seen the cube?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
Back cubes
great.
are cooler.
Wait a minute. Though. Is that
No.
a relaxation thing or it's a fetish?
No, it's a fetish.
And they like the
It's a
feeling of
fetish.
just total immobility?
Constriction,
being
immobility.
yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
would
here we
hate
go.
it.
They determined that Reverend Gary Aldridge's death was not caused by foul play, even though the smell in the room was pretty foul. Am I right, kids? Because he's dead and there's rubber. That the 51-year-old pastor of Montgomery's Thorington Road Baptist, of course, Baptist Church. Tech, look up Thorington Road Baptist Church in Alabama. I want to see what this place looks like. He was alone in
know.
his home at the time when he died. He apparently was in the midst of an autoerotic undertaking. I would hope that's what he was doing. Otherwise, what the fuck? The Montgomery Advisor obtained the autopsy records, reported on his 2 wetsuits. The family newspaper chose not to mention what police discovered inside his rubber briefs.
That's what I was gonna say.
What do you mean
like,
inside?
You know,
What
Well,
would be inside? His penis? But that's
I
his
don't-
penis.
my immediate thought was if he was there for a while, he probably like his body probably released everything, and he's like in this tight. Oh, it was probably a mess.
Okay.
But-
I love this.
but I don't know
And I'm
if that's
sad he's
what they're
dead.
talking about.
Sad he's dead. Aldrich served as the church pastor for 16 years. Immediately following his death, church officials issued a press release. Oh, here we go. Let's see what they had to say. I haven't even read it yet. I wonder if they're going to just be... If it were me, I wouldn't even address how he died. I'd say he was a great member of our church. He was beloved. We're sad he's gone. I bet you, though, they're
Yeah.
going to feel the need to... Maybe they won't. I haven't read it. Let's see what they say. Oh, well, there we go. They issued a press release saying, please refrain from speculation about what led to his demise. Added that we will begin the healing process under the strong arm of our Savior, Jesus Christ, along with a 5% sale on all PVC piping for some reason. I'm not sure why they threw that in. What does this church look like, Tech? Bring it up on the screen.
Gotta hear.
I want to see if it's like a little podunk place or if it's like a... if it's like a really big super church or what? What are we looking at here? That's
It's this little
it's a little
podunk.
small, little southern.
on a country road.
Go to
Jeffy,
the go.
ain't nothing around.
Go to the ratings. I got to see if people are talking about this. It's a 4.8 church. Someone's
4.8 stars. Friendly family-like group. Come
someone's-
join us to magnify our Lord Jesus Christ.
Okay, they haven't updated.
Yeah,
and,
serial killer wouldn't hate.
wait, look at the newest ones though. Sort it by new.
A year ago.
Okay, and this is what's this guy's name?
It's Doug Smith a year ago. 5 stars.
You've got to
no
put
comment.
something in there. You got to put something in there, man. It's like, is this what would you
Wait,
put?
was it Pastor Michael? Who's the guy?
No, the pastor was Gary Aldridge. I know we're making fun of it, but
Eh,
I'm not making fun. Look, I'm not. Here's what I'd say. Maybe this pastor was a guy who was up there and he was promoting letting your freak flag fly. And then I would say, good for that guy. Good for that fucking guy. But if he wasn't, holy shit. Holy shit. I want to know. I want to know. Anyway, there you go. So that guy's dead. Religious people are crazy. No offense. No offense. But, you know. Anyway, we got a celebrity name from Sterling.
Garth.
Garth
Brooks.
Brooks.
Well, wait. Do
That's
you
a good
want?
one.
Do you
Solid
want?
choice.
Okay, but does she want Garth Brooks or does she want? What was his other name? He went by when he made.
Dick Slinger
Oh, I
9000.
remember he put those
No.
albums. He was like,
he was all emo and
it was so
gothy.
weird.
Oh, I know the name.
I'm gonna look it up. I gotta.
I'll
see.
think of it as soon as it don't matter. Guaranteed.
Was his name Gary Aldrich? Garth Brooks. That was the preacher. Garth Brooks.
What was it? Chris Gaines.
Chris.
Chris Gaines.
There he is, right? Wow, weird. I never saw Garth Brooks' concert, but I always loved hearing him talk about how he wanted his concerts to be like big arena spectacles and shit.
Oh,
you know?
it's like impossible to get tickets to see Garth
he
Brooks.
still-
I've tried
he's still
every
touring?
time. Oh yeah,
Is he?
he was here a couple years ago, and I tried like hell to get tickets, and they sold out in like 30 seconds.
What's the best concert you ever went to?
Probably 311. They're so good live, and they're not even like in my top 5 favorite bands, but they're so good live, and I love the crowd they bring.
What
it's
about? Did
always
you ever
great.
see Jimmy Buffett, or you weren't a Jimmy Buffett fan?
I've never seen Jimmy Buffett.
Why are you
but
laughing?
I
Why are you
could listen to
laughing? Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing for any reason or nothing, but yeah, I could get on a yacht and listen to some Jimmy Buffett.
Judging my Jimmy Buffett. Here we go. $5. Give me a sound effect on the verge of being not safe for work. Some examples: wet squelch, sudden slap, prolonged moan.
Sterling saw a Real Big Fish concert. I'm jealous as fuck.
There's a band called Real Big Fish.
Yeah, my favorite song.
They're a
Favorite song
ska
ever.
band.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Sound effect on the verge of being nasty. Wet squelch, sudden slap, prolonged moan. Give me yours for $5. We'll put you in the story. We'll make you famous. Man, I just want to talk about my tics for a minute. I have these facial tics. I hate them. They happen when my ADD meds leave my system. But can you imagine though, and it's exhausting sometimes. Imagine being Michael J. Fox or somebody with like hardcore Parkinson's. I imagine that you are so tired by that fucking disease. You've seen that clip where the guy takes marijuana and it just stops. And I cannot imagine that works for the majority, because if it did, people would just go, oh, well, you have Parkinson's, here's some marijuana, go with God, right?
Yeah.
But we've all seen that clip, right? That famous clip where the guy's just like shaking like crazy, then he smokes a little.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes later, he's normal as normal. You think
He was paid by big marijuana.
You think Kenny Chesney's gay?
I don't know who that is,
Probably.
but I hope so.
Well, I only ask because like he sings all these songs about romance and love and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Which is great, you know, but I don't know why. Oh, because I'm looking at Garth Brooks. That's why I'm like, why am I thinking of Kenny Chesney? Because he was kind of like the guy after Garth Brooks that for a while was really that big country male solo singer that really ruled
Yeah, I
the
always
roost.
saw him as like Tim McGraw's competitor.
Right.
Like he was the handsome. Yeah, he was just as handsome, and his music. Yeah.
But Tim
they
McGraw, I
competed.
never thought Tim McGraw was handsome, but I wanted to have Tim McGraw's life in the movie The Blind Side. I thought when he was married to Sandra Bullock in The Blind Side, I'm like, and I was like, that looks like a fun family to be the dad of. You know, they'd watch sports and get Taco Bell. I'm like, this is the best family ever. Nobody in my family watches sports. You know, we do get Taco Bell, though, so that's pretty good. Is there a movie you've ever watched where you're like, I want to be in that family? Like, that should be my
The
life.
Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
That's a horrible family. They get, like, abused.
Yeah.
and-
What?
No, their family
That's 'cause
dies.
the
like
only movie you've ever
Nazi
Yeah, it's supposed to be the
occupation.
whole. They die and they go to their uncle's house or something. Right?
But the uncle's really cool, you know?
yeah.
All
And he's
right.
got
Yeah.
a magic wardrobe. So I
Okay,
guess,
what
yeah.
about you, Bunny?
Okay.
What about you? Tech, ask the chat. I want to know what the families of movies
chat.
are, or TV
I got you.
shows, or TV shows.
I'll ask the
Got
chat.
one.
Chat, what is the family from a movie or a TV show? You see how I'm just saying the same thing you said they heard?
Yeah, but you tell them.
You tell them.
All right, chat, let us know.
Okay,
Someone
Bunny-
says American Beauty. These are all things I'm not going to know. I don't know
Whoa!
what American Beauty
You
is.
want to live in the family with American Beauty? The fuck's the matter? Who wrote that? Who wrote that?
Is that bad? Is
Who
that
wrote-
bad,
who
Jeff?
wrote that?
Robbo.
Oh, yeah, Rob.
Rob O.
Are you thinking of maybe a different movie like American Pie? You know, American Beauty, the dad gets killed at the end because the neighbor thinks he's gay, and the wife is fucking the real estate guy, and the daughter runs off with the emo boy who thinks trash bags are beautiful. I think you're thinking of maybe American Pie or
I got one.
What you got?
That makes sense.
yeah.
Miss Honey from Matilda. When Matilda gets adopted by Miss Honey.
Never
and
seen
they
it.
have such a happy life and they skate all over the house. I was like, I want to get adopted by Miss Honey.
That's excellent.
The Outsiders. I don't know what that is either.
That's like a gangster movie. What's the matter with this chat?
What about Silverstone?
Schitt's Creek. Okay, Sterling. That's a good one.
Did he?
What is Silver Spoon?
Silver Spoons is about Ricky Schroeder. Yeah. So he was this. I don't think he was adopted. He was. I don't know what the narrative was, but he lived with his dad. His dad was rich, and his dad was like a playful kid-like guy. And he had arcade machines in his house, and he had a train that ran through the house. And it was like, oh my God, every kid wanted to be Ricky Schroeder. Well, every girl wanted to date Ricky Schroeder. In grammar school, and all the guys were like, I want to live in that fucking house. And then Ricky Schroeder became this total alt-right dickweed, and he can go suck a bag of fucking corpse heads.
Jay Styles says Richie Rich.
How Rich? Yeah, Richie Rich was great with his butler Cadbury. But I don't really think, and his dad was a good dude. Did Richie Rich have a mom? Richie Rich was like what would happen if Donald Trump's parents actually cared about him. Like that's who. No, it's true. Richie Rich was like that was the whole shtick. It was the high concept. He was a little boy. He was a comic book, and he was the richest kid in the world. And he had all this cool shit, but he was a good kid, and his parents loved him. It is the Donald Trump story, except the part where I said he was a good kid and his parents loved him. That's the only difference.
Amber Lynn Reed for $20 says, "Can Bunny dress as a Chucky doll or Chucky the doll?
Ooh, I
Love those
know.
movies since I was literally 4 years old. I am now 34. LOL.
Have you?
Yeah, I used to have a Chucky outfit somewhere. I might still have it.
Put it back on.
Well, not
Maybe.
right now. Maybe the next. Maybe we.
Well, I'd have to find
Maybe.
it.
That's a great.
Maybe right
that's
now.
a great. That's a great goal, though. We raise a certain amount of money. We'll get you a good Chucky doll. Amber, have you watched the Chucky series? I was surprised how good the Chucky series was. It was genuinely
pretty good.
I never finished it because I know it's over, but I watched the first 2 seasons. The first season and a half, thought it was pretty good. Anyway, Kenny Chesney's gay.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait,
why.
but did you say you'd never seen Matilda?
Never did. I read the book by what's the guy's name? The anti-Semite
Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl. I
Roald
love.
Dahl. Yeah, Roald
I've seen
Dahl.
Matilda.
I love Roald Dahl's books. I read them. I read all of them to my kids. Delightful.
Yeah.
I saw
I
Matilda.
did love Matilda. Good. I love Matilda and I love Danny DeVito.
That's why when I say I call people human beings, it's from the Big Fucking Giant or the
Yeah.
BFG or whatever.
Big friendly giant.
Yeah, big fucking friendly giant. Kenny Chesney's
Yeah.
gay. Kenny Chesney's gay. All right, look.
That's in the book.
That's totally in the book. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. Listen to this. I want to play this. I want to bring this up because
I just realized this is the Amber Lynn Reed.
I don't know who that
It is. I was going to ask. No way it's the Amber
Who the
Lynn
fuck
Reed.
is
No, it
Amber
is.
Lynn
Who's
Reed?
No.
Is
Funny.
that Johnny Depp's lady who shat in the bed?
No, that's Amber Heard's turds.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Did you check and see that it is the
Don't
It is.
talk to me
Verify
like
it.
this where I'm
It does
supposed-
have the check.
You guys are getting excited. Who the fuck is
She-
Amber Lynn Reed?
Go ahead, Bunny.
Is that the girl in the Sisterhood
She-
of the Traveling Pants?
Let her answer.
She is a plus sized a YouTuber who does like films her weight loss journeys and stuff and gets into a lot of controversies.
Did she
and
get into
very entertaining to watch.
shenanigans?
She gets into shenanigans.
well,
and
cool.
yeah.
So- well, we have a little celebrity in our midst here. Mm. Amber Lynn. Kenny Chesney's probably gay. Listen. Well, welcome, Amber. It's nice to have you, buddy. It's nice to have you all. We appreciate it. And by the way, Amber, you have, if you want to be part of the great American Mad Lib, you get 4 slots, baby. So give me a sound effect on the verge of being not safe for work. Examples:
Oh, yeah.
wet squelch, sudden slap, prolonged moan. Amber, you get 4 in a row. While we're waiting for that,
Explain a little better because I think she joined in after we.
we're doing Mad Libs.
Amber Lynn, it's Mad Libs. give us a sound,
Tech prop.
like a moan or groan
No.
or schlap.
No, it's not. It's a sound effect, and it's got to be on
Sound
the
effect.
verge of not being safe for work. Okay. While we're waiting, listen
Okay.
though. Listen. This has not been debunked, and I just want to ask you. I mean, I'm serious. It's a 1.5-minute clip. It's from NBC News. It's from 2020. I want to ask you, why are we not? What is the matter with us? I just want to play this for you. This is kind of crazy that this kind of came and went, was reported, and it has not been debunked.
Aliens exist and President Trump knows about it. That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely explains this one.
Hi, Alison. Well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Chaim Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years. Not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of Aliens, and he says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria. Well, the retired general says the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity isn't ready and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is. Well, the good news is that he claims an agreement has been reached between the US government and the aliens, a contract to do experiments here. There's also, he says, a secret underground base on Mars where there are American and alien representatives.
Now, this is not Weekly World News, right? And then if you do a little research, did this happen? Yes, Chaim Eshed, former head of Israel Space Agency, claimed aliens exist and the government has been in contact. And this is, Wikipedia, NBC, Times of Israel, MSNBC, the Jerusalem Post, Yahoo News, on and on and on. And the question becomes, why? Now, could he be one of the PSYOP people that the Wall Street Journal was talking about, where all of this is a PSYOP? I guess he's just like, look, because there's a lot of these retired generals that come out and say non-human intelligence is real. And maybe they're like, hey, you got your pension, we got you covered. If you're interested in us throwing an extra, I don't know, $150K your way every year, sign this we will kill you if you give up the goat form and go out there and kind of spin this narrative. I mean, I could see that being more probable than there actually being a galactic federation. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this horseshit? And if it is, how are these high level military people? This was the head of their version of NASA.
Yeah, why would he risk his reputation?
Right. What is going on with this stuff?
Maybe he lost his job because he was going crazy.
No. I mean, wouldn't that be part of the news though? Oh, but remember, it's important to know that this guy was fired.
Well, yeah. What if the Israeli Space Force, whatever they call themselves, what if they're like, we don't really want to bring the reputation of like the guy who was running our shit. We dropped him because he was losing it. So they just quiet fired him. That's probably not going to make the news if they don't talk about it.
That's true. Fair enough. I would think religious people, because this idea that, we can't know about, we don't want to expose the world to this because people will lose their shit, religions will fall. I would imagine religious people would be the most vested in wanting to know the truth. Because if it turns out aliens are real and they're more advanced than we are, we could go to them if you're religious and say, okay, I know Jesus is real. Can you please start offering up some proof to people so we can save all these souls that are going to burn in hell otherwise? Because you'd have to think alien civilization would be totally in tune with that if you really do believe in that stuff, right?
Yeah, you'd think they'd know more than we'd probably do.
Why is it that... Yeah, go ahead.
I think a big tenet of religion is faith, right? And they don't need to pursue some type of scientific, evidence of this existing, right? Because imagine that an alien species comes down and finds the Pope and says, hey, Mr. Pope, I'm not going to tell you the answer, but I can definitively prove to you whether or not God and Jesus is real.
Okay.
And I can put this information into the heads of every human on Earth. I'm not going to tell you what the answer is. Yes or no. That uproots
that's
2,000 years.
Obnoxiously, because it comes from you and not me. That is a great thought experiment. It really is very interesting. I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
He would probably say no because the tenets of the religion.
And they lose all their power, and their lives might fall apart. The people might not fall apart. But those individuals, Oh, interesting. I don't think they'd say it's...
He probably thinks it is real. There is a God. I'm so certain. And But the idea is a lot of religion is having faith, and that's what drives you through your day, right? Having faith that there's a God, having faith that there'll be a better day, having faith that like being kind is the best way to live your life.
Yeah.
Religious people don't need to have like scientific evidence for this. So he probably would say no. You probably turn to the alien overlord dude and be like, nah, don't do it.
Well, I would hate to think the alien overlord people. Like, ask yourself this: if this is true, why would the alien overlord people? Why would the Galactic Federation? You'd think they would be advanced enough to know these heads of state don't represent the majority. They got there by hook or by crook or corrupt reasons. Why are we making deals with Trump? We're the fucking Galactic fucking Federation. We can just pipe this shit into people's minds and tell them the truth.
Yeah.
And we I mean, you'd like to think that they have a better way of judging which one of these people would probably be the best leader of these regions, right? I'm not saying, it's kind of like, why do a deal with Trump or the government?
That's
what if
he.
they
But
are doing?
also, the odds of Trump actually keeping his mouth shut about it, I feel like he would want to brag that he's the one that got chosen to have
Right.
this information.
Or Biden, because he was out of his mind. I mean, I'll tell you what, you guys, I mean, it's old news now, but man, when he did that debate, I had a friend of mine send me a picture that said it's Jover when Trump was doing the fight thing that I totally think was a scam and staged.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe. But that debate was when it was like, dude, get enough.
Yeah.
That was I mean, come on, man. That's enough. Anyway, have we gotten anything from Amber? Because, we got to fill in these slots, baby.
Amber has said that she's thinking about, because I offered, I said, hey, reach out if you want to get on to the show.
No, I don't care about I care about that. I want that, but I need
but no response yet for the
Amber.
ad lib.
Amber.
Amber,
What are you doing, lady? Okay.
give us an what is it, an adjective or a sound effect that is like kind of naughty?
Yeah.
Didn't you say, was that, oh.
Examples are wet squelch, sudden slap, prolonged moan. What is it? Okay, I want to talk about, before I get to this poop cruise on Netflix. Have we seen this? Have you guys?
God.
Oh, yeah.
I just know all about the poop cruise. I didn't know they were
There's a
making something
documentary
about
that
it.
just came out. I haven't watched it yet, but I want to share the trailer.
Oh, God.
But I have ADD and I have very bad impulse control. So I'm just going to say it, but I'm not going to say it because I'm trying to flirt with you, Bunny. I'm going to say it because I think it opens up a pathway to interesting conversation. Okay? Which is just a moment ago when you positioned yourself, I realized the whole ensemble, that it's a crop top, it's low cut, it's sleeveless, it's very hot. It is a very, you're very welcome. And I'm not flirting with you, but I'm saying, so
Okay, yeah.
when you recognize that as a man or a woman, if you like women, whatever, do you say something? Like, I want to share the news. Have you guys seen Bunny's shirt? It's super hot. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, shut up. Why would you say
these are
that?
things that need to be said.
I mean,
talk
talk to me about this. What, like, do you think, like, I could, in the workplace, which we're kind of in, but we're also on stage, but it's kind of the work stage. I don't know.
Yeah.
If a woman's wearing that to work at Sony, I think it would be inappropriate to say anything. At the same time,
Are you telling me I need to dress more appropriately and I should wear a turtleneck more?
yes.
I'll fucking do it.
I bet you will,
I'll
but it's got to
cover all the way up.
But it's got to be a Chucky turtleneck from Child's
Okay.
Play. But no,
Yeah.
I'm serious. It's like, and I absolutely get, I'm not one of these guys that think women dress for me or for men or even for other women. I get that there is a point, and maybe that point is always, where if a woman's wearing something like you're wearing and she's in a professional setting, the right thing to do is say nothing. Keep it to yourself. If you like it or hate it, keep it to yourself. But at the same time, don't you wear something like that because you want people to appreciate it? Or am I just wrong? Is that an old-fashioned
I like it.
1950s dad way of thinking? Talk to me. Educate
It's really,
me.
I like it because the texture, it's like, it feels like felt.
Yeah, I don't care.
So that's why I like it.
That's not what I'm asking. And you
That's
know
why I wore it.
that's not. Okay, but so you don't wear it, though, and go, this accentuates my figure.
I mean, it's just a crop top. I didn't put much thought into it besides I like the texture.
Is
But
it is it
I do feel
offensive?
like-
Is it offensive that I bring it
No,
up?
because that's what I was about to say. Because like as a girl,
Tech, don't be standing up like
Girls are
anybody's going to
very-
say anything about what you're wearing, Tech. It's not happening.
I'm
tonight.
cleaning my desk.
Okay. As a girl,
oh, I was gonna say as a girl, girls are very like if I see another girl wearing something that I think looks good on her, I'm gonna tell her. If I see a guy I think he's dressed nice,
Right.
I'm gonna say like
I would
mean,
say I would
it's-
say to
that's
a
just
guy.
normal.
I would say to a guy.
Yeah.
But I rarely notice it in men. The last time I remember noticing a man wearing something that I was like, okay, that's pretty fucking cool. Was
what?
it was
Think
it
it's your
was
mic.
the did I cut out again?
Yeah, I couldn't hear
Well, yeah, because you were like this. You were like this. Wait. And then did I cut out?
Aren't you dead yet? Okay, look. The last time
Half a. Never mind. Go ahead.
age has nothing to do with it. You live a very risky life.
You've reached half a century, Jaffe.
Yeah, beyond.
Yep, and beyond for sure. For sure beyond.
And I'll get to discover the secrets probably before you will. Sucks to be
Also,
you.
Amber Lynn says the sound of tribbing.
I don't know what that is, but do I just write
Oh,
the
buddy.
word tribbing? What's tribbing?
Inform him
Tribbing
about
is
tribbing.
scissoring, basically.
Oh, so can I get something that can I onomatopoeia that, Amber? Like what would that be? A squish or a moist rubby squish or
A moist rubby squish.
moist
Yeah.
rubby squish? Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one, Amber.
Amber, we need
you.
now if you're the chat.
She's watching the show like 30 minutes back, so she's catching up.
Okay, ChatGPT
So you have to-
says I'm honestly concerned, but fine, we'll put that in. Okay.
You know what?
Yes, ma'am. What?
I'll say it
I was
later.
gonna say, you-
Something
you
I'll
know
say
you were asking a
later
question,
that I'm
right?
excited.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
honey.
Give me an
What's this
object, Amber, that you'd find in a bedroom, but make it weird. Examples: lava lamps full of mayonnaise, ceramic foot warmer shaped like a ferret, whatever. An object, Amber, you've got 3 more of these to suffer through, I'm sorry to say. An object you'd find in a bedroom, but make it weird. I don't know what we were talking about. It was something to do with, I don't know. Let's move on. Hey, Trainwreck Poop Cruise. Have you guys seen the trailer? I haven't, but I hear all about this poop cruise. Would you like to see the trailer? This
I
is-
hadn't seen the trailer.
this is
I'm
There's a
excited.
documentary on Netflix right now. And let's watch it as pals do. Maybe that's what we'll watch tonight. We're going to watch a horror film. If we make our goals tonight, maybe we'll watch this. But let's see. Here we go.
Good afternoon. Welcome on board the beautiful Triumph.
We just love going on cruises. The food, the pool, the water slide. I mean, what more could you ask?
This was absolutely the bachelorette party that I had dreamed of.
We were like, this is awesome. And then the lights go out.
Attention. Empathy.
Oh my God.
More than 4,000 people are stuck on a cruise ship that is dead in the water.
That's when all of us were like, what the f?
When power goes, that's it. Everything's out.
It was immediately crisis mode.
The toilets weren't working. Well, we can do a number 1 in the shower. And then
I'm telling you, it got bad fast.
I would never expect having to poop in a red bag. Oh no.
Why don't you just
Oh,
poop
no.
over the ocean?
No. Suddenly, everyone's out for themselves.
You could hear the panic. We were starting to smell urine.
Oh my God.
It was terrifying.
We had camera people, crews on boats, a helicopter up in the air.
Fights broke out.
The ship is on fire.
What the is happening on this cruise ship?
It's like shantytown.
It's like something that came out of a nightmare movie.
The snowball has started to roll, and there's no stopping it.
My God, it's chaos.
Come on. I mean, that's the best movie ever
It's
made.
gonna be.
That's going to be beautiful.
You know what I always think when talking about the poop cruise, or the many times I think about it, all the time.
I'd never heard of this until tonight, but okay.
Really? Oh, yeah. It sounded horrible. You know, there was probably like one guy on there that had a poop fetish, and he was like,
Oh yeah.
"I've hit the fucking jackpot."
He's like,
Yeah.
everybody poop on the slide into the pool so I can
Yeah.
slide down it and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was probably walking around like, "This is so horrible."
Tech,
Yeah,
look
we
up
hate
the
this, don't we,
percentage.
guys?
Look up the percentage of people that have poop fetishes. Like, is it
My search history is
out of every
cursed. Go ahead.
25 people? Would it be one person? Like, how?
Yeah, how many were on
prevalent?
this boat?
Right. Right. Interesting. Yeah, this is a hell of a this.
By the way, Amber Lynn says edible cherry lace underwear.
Ooh, okay,
bedroom.
good for you.
Ooh.
Edible cherry laced underwear. All right, Amber Lynn, you've only got 2 more, buddy. Give me a term of endearment that feels slightly off.
Whoa!
What happened?
What the fuck?
What?
Oh, is it way higher than it should be?
What the fuck?
What
Oh
happened?
God!
What happened? Wait, is
well,
Kenny? Whoa! Kenny Chesney's gay, isn't he?
King Jesse basically.
I'm looking through. So I have Google Gemini's like advanced AI like
There we
research
go.
thing.
Just
So it'll go through surveys.
Get to the story. Nobody cares.
The only prominent survey ever done on coprophilia or scat fetish was done in Finland in 1999. A survey of about 200 males
Okay.
showed that. If you guess the percentage, 200 men. Guess the percentage.
8.
In Finland.
8.
8%?
I was gonna
These
say
16
8.
men were like, I like scat.
Right, out of 200.
18.2% of men surveyed said that they love they love scat shit.
So wait, there was probably a few, because how many are on a cruise ship? A lot.
Right. Well, what's
this is Finland in like the year 1999.
right. So
I mean,
let's just say 20%.
probably
It's
even
probably
higher
higher now. So 20%.
no.
20%.
Finland is just weird.
No. Finland is the tip of the sword for acceptance of our weirdness. We're all weird.
Mm-hmm.
They're gross. No, they're different.
Even if it's 10%. 1 out of every 10 males on that ship was walking around with a boner because there was shit clogging up the toilets. I wonder if you go into plumbing. You know how priests go into the priest because they can be around little boys? I wonder if plumbers go into plumbing because they can be around shit.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Right? And you could like go into the clogged up toilet and masturbate and stuff and get away with it because you tell the owner, "Don't come in here. It's really bad," and you're just jerking it in there to all the fecal paste that's just piled up in the toilet. Welcome to Madhouse.
I have more information, Jaffe.
Yeah, go ahead.
Vice. You know who Vice is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Vice did a study, and they went and surveyed doctors and everything. Apparently, the leading form for engaging in scat fetish related activity is they accidentally fell into it, and it seems like psychologists say
they accidentally fell into
no,
it?
but psychologists are saying that there's a reaction in your brain when you're aroused that turns off a lot of like the disgusting factors your brain has. So you start to ignore things that were normally like smelly or gross or not tasty.
Are you praying, Bunny? What's happening?
No, I'm listening, and I'm just very concerned. This is just all just upsetting to me.
So it's like a man. So one of these examples is like a man who's like eating out a woman. If he slips and tongue goes into the
I thought
bunghole,
she slipped and like she shits in his mouth.
No. Like if he is eating her out and he misses a little bit and he's like in the butt. Because he's so aroused,
after
his
this
brain
show,
is turned
Bunny
off.
is going to think I have no shit control because she's like, wait a minute, Chevy. You're worried about pooping a healthy log without... and now, what woman are you eating out where she just accidentally shits in your mouth? I'm not saying these things have happened to me.
Jeffy's going to book a cruise right after he watches this documentary.
Someone's DMing me right now saying, Tech, you're not the sex guy. Remember that. Anyways, yeah. So apparently,
you know way too much about poop.
Yeah. Apparently, this survey, this study is just like, if you develop this, it's probably because you accidentally engaged in it. Like you were having sex and she pooped, right? And then that's how you got into it. It was because you experienced it and said, "Well, I don't have a sense of disgust," but it's only because your brain has turned it off from being aroused in that moment. tangentially to the occasion or what they call the conflict event.
I wonder if the
I don't
woman.
know.
I wonder if the woman's like, "Why are you always taking me out for dinner and serving me corn? Don't worry about it, baby. Don't worry about it."
You made me eat all this corn. God, Jeffy.
Is that textured anal with like just make her eat a ton of corn?
Oh my God.
Is that what?
Little
Is it what?
You know, textured anal.
What's textured anal?
Well, yeah, you just make her eat a lot of corn.
The corn's not in the anus when you fuck it.
He's not putting it in his ass. What are we doing
No.
here?
Make her eat a lot of corn, and then like in a day, just anal after. It's like that soap that used to have those like scrubbing beads, you know?
Oh my God.
Pumice soap, but for the penis.
There's something wrong with y'all. I'm
Yeah.
the only normal one.
You know, yeah. The poop cruise, though, they probably, you're right, though. There probably will be like a theme cruise now. It's like, well, it was an accident at first, but now that I know this is possible.
We mean it.
Is this poop cruise? Oh, yeah.
By the way, my little tracker for the YouTube analytics is like, your chat's on fire.
Yeah. And your monetization is dead. You know? Anyway.
It's like, good job. They're entertained.
Okay, so a term of endearment, Amber, that feels slightly off. Example, sugar goblin, daddy crumb, or lick muffin. We need an affectionate nickname that feels slightly off, Miss Amber. Okay, moving on.
What is this very specific fucking ad lib? I hate this. Okay, I'll ask her. What is your left?
I didn't realize that you were messaging her.
Yeah, I have to type it in the
For
chat.
some
She's
reason,
like-
that's funny.
Isn't she
She's
watching
30
the
minutes
show?
behind.
We'll tell her to...
Yeah, she tuned
Yeah,
in
she's
30
fine.
minutes after we went live, so she's watching from the beginning.
Okay, is there an American out there who hasn't stumbled on naked attraction while channel surfing in a London hotel room? The Studio Lambert-produced dating show, now on hiatus, became the ultimate shorthand for edgy British... Remember this reality dating show where you'd see people naked? It was a thing. It's called Naked Attraction. It was fine.
I liked it.
But now there's a new one. It's called Virgin Island. 12 virgins between the ages of 22 and 30 go to a Croatian island for a boot camp led by a squadron of sex therapists and intimacy coaches. Far from the bikini-clad Love Islanders who levitate into the villa, martinis in hand, Virgin Island participants have a fear of touch or being naked and struggle with crippling. This sounds terrible, but it's a hit. They struggle with cripplingly low self-esteem. Over 2 weeks, they work closely with sex surrogates, trained professionals who help. I'm not laughing at their maladies. I'm laughing at the show, who help overcome intimacy problems to conquer the insecurities, get in touch, and maybe even go all the way. In one anatomy lesson, the group looks on in bewilderment as two surrogates lie naked before them, pointing out the clitoris and the scrotum. Another workshop involves writing and presenting an erotic story. Throughout, there are one-on-one sessions, blah, blah, blah. So this is a big hit. It's called Virgin Island. Would you like to see a trailer of that? Bunny Button?
Yes, please.
Yes.
This is about to be my new favorite
I
show.
want to watch this. I don't know. I don't know if we can watch this yet in America. But it's shooting its second season this fall. Okay, here we go. This is Love Island. No, this is Virgin Island. Sorry. We should wait for Tech because he may need to go on this. We'll wait. Tech.
This is a good concept for a show, though.
Yeah. Let's watch Virgin Island, Tech. Here it comes. You ready?
You're my Virgin Island. I had to go talk to Sarah. I'm back.
This summer, 12 virgins are on a journey of self-discovery.
Being a young adult in this day and age, it's difficult.
People see it as a joke.
I don't know if I'm going to be doing it right.
I'm worried about hurting.
It's just awkward.
What's going to happen on this island is mind-blowing.
With expert help,
the only thing.
I'm a lucky boy.
they'll meet temptation.
I just don't want anyone to touch me.
Chase connection.
Don't make you nervous.
And experience intimacy.
I'm like a different virgin there. I'm closer to losing it.
Woohoo! Would you like to move to the bed?
Yes, it's going to be amazing.
Do they inspect them for like non-virgin markings or something? Like, how do they?
Markings.
You imagine just like some dudes like, yeah, like I'm for sure a virgin. Let me go. Like, well, how do they verify?
It's like I'm not gonna tell you who you just sounded like.
Like, is the foreskin's hymen gone? Anyways, Kana was $2 says chewers. Mount up. Let's go to work.
Virgin Island.
Also, I don't know what the fuck your question was for Amber Lynn Reed.
We're
Can you
looking
give us a nickname for your partner that
a
is
pet name, a term of endearment that feels slightly off.
Okay.
Like Boo Boo Kitty Fuck.
Right.
Can you give us a nickname for your partner that is slightly
weird, off, whatever. Oh, you can watch all of them maybe here on... Nope, no videos. 6 unavailable videos are hidden. Well, I don't want you to hide them from me. I want to watch what I want.
What are the examples? And can you talk into your mic?
Example, Sugar Goblin, Daddy Crumb, and Lick Muffin.
Jeffy, did you move your mic because the one guy told you, why is it in his face? No. I don't like that it's in his face. And now you just never speak into it.
Why are you bullying Jeffy?
The audio needs to be better. Also, Kano says he's the click commander, Jeffy.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm sure that's true. All right. Look.
It could be.
It could be true. Could be true. Okay. Let's move on while we're waiting for Miss Amber. I think Amber's only got one more after this, so then we'll move on to someone else if they want.
Yeah, Cameron Moses in the chat says mommy/daddy names are creepy. How do you feel about that, Jeffy?
I think it's weird. I think it's super fucking weird.
Isn't your Discord username Papa Jaffe?
Yeah, but not because I'm like, it's not a sexual thing. It's more like people are like, oh, you're old, and it was
He's
like,
a
oh,
father figure.
It's like, oh, Uncle Jesse on the Dukes of Hazzard or something. It wasn't like I'm your daddy. No.
What about you, Bunny?
Huh?
What about you? Mommy, daddy stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's creepy.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's
my favorite pet name.
Very
is
popular, but
Sugar Twat.
Wow.
Yeah, Sugar Twat.
Wow.
Goddamn
You've
right.
never called me Sugar Twat. Wow.
You get to know me a little better.
Wow, now I know where we stand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he doesn't know the flavor profile. Anna G says,
I will call you Sugar Twat when you shit in my mouth by accident and make me a fan of the poop cruise.
We need HR.
We need to go to Virgin Island is what we need. It would be so great if like you went to Virgin Island and they're like, I mean, you would scare the shit out of those virgins, man. You would.
No, I'd be so good with virgins. I'd be so sweet and kind and yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were talking the other day about this singer Ray J, right? Who I don't really know, but he tweeted out the other day about admitting to view botting, right? And why? And I kind of understood his point. I guess he's like, I'm assuming you do it because it makes other people who show up feel that it's an active party. Like if you show up to a live stream and there's 8 people. Maybe you're like, oh, I don't want to be here. It's not cool. But if you show up to an active stream and there's like 5,000 people, then you're like, oh, I'm in the right place. Is that why people do it? Because you're not monetizing it. You're having to pay for it, right?
Yeah, plus it gets your account deleted.
Well, okay, but assuming it didn't, because he's saying he doesn't care. He's talking about someone else who's doing it, and now it sounds like he's admitting to doing it. And again, I don't really follow Ray J, and I don't really...
I don't.
You should. Funny guy.
I don't know if like streaming sites are like how cam sites are, but a lot of cam girls will bot their stuff to try and push themselves up higher on the page.
Oh, for the algorithm?
So more people will find them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a known practice in the cam world for a lot of people.
If you
I don't know.
Go ahead, Tech.
I don't know what I missed, but you just have a picture of 2 men playing piano on screen?
Yeah, that's Ray J.
Oh, look at Ray J. He's so happy.
And he's talking here. He's talking about it. Listen.
Profit for 10,000, and I got $4 million on my account, why wouldn't I put $2 million right there next month and make 5? It's not gonna change. All it's gonna do is make me go, oh, Rage is like Kai Sanat. He got 80,000 people in this shit. Niggas gonna go, yo, he view botting. So what? It's legal. Remember, whatever's legal, you should do. Fuck what these niggas think, bro. If you can legally purchase and flip your money, that's what this platform is for. If you don't think that that's what this platform is for, then I want you to take a bottle, I want you to put a bunch of salt on it, and I want you to stick it in your ass and fuck yourself. Because you're a stupid motherfucker.
Oh.
Preach, Ray J, preach!
On my
I'm not
earbuds.
about to do no jokes with y'all niggas no more, bro. Everything I've been doing, double my problem.
Well, now I'd like Ray J on the show because, you know, he's a very creative individual.
Yeah, get Ray J on tape.
Goddamn right.
I'm reaching out. Give me that Twitter password, Jaffe.
I know, I should do. I just got to remember what it is.
I've been locked out of Jaffe's Twitter for like 3 months now.
Not on purpose. I just, you know.
Look, Jaffe's a great guy.
Uh-huh.
He can't fucking remember his passwords for the life of it. Every time I've like tried to log into like a thing, like off stream, of course, right? He's like, all right, time to pull out my list of 38,000 different password variations. Let's go one by one. And
Bunny, because I have great affection for you, I would like to give you a gift.
Oh, God.
Kiss? A smooch?
That's how I feel right now. Oh, booby. I really thought we had a chance at a cooking show. Don't blame yourself, Booby.
Oh.
They don't know what you're missing.
How sassy.
Yep.
I love
He's so sassy. I love him.
Pause it. It's looping.
It's so
Awesome
cute.
Tatum with $2 says Incel Island, where Bunny's the queen. I'd watch that.
I'd watch that show. I would totally watch
Mish with $5 says, yo, choo choo.
All right, we're going to have
Let's
to
go.
fill out this fucking thing. So, Amber, I don't know what to
Lane
tell you.
Ledford for $5. 5 train emojis. Choo, 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 and choo.
Thank all you guys. What do we want to do with this? Do we want to... Amber's...
Anna G with $5. Choo, choo.
Okay,
I love trains.
Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and make an executive decision.
And 5 people
Huh?
for a train. Anyways, make the executive decision.
Well, because we need to move this Mad Lib thing along. It's we're waiting for Amber, and she's a delight, but we got to move. So I'm going to go ahead and ask who is the last person to give us $2?
Mish.
Mish,
Give
what
us 5.
give us an
Tatum, give us
example?
2.
Okay, I need an example of a term of endearment, please. That's slightly off, and we'll make it up to Amber. She's got 2 more. We'll let her do something as well.
Yeah, here's what we'll do. Anna G, Lane Ledford, Tatum, Mish. Drop us a fucking, what is it, Jaffe?
No, they're different ones each time. So
I know. Let whoever the first one to respond gets it, and they get out of the queue. Those 3 can answer the next one.
Okay,
and
so
those 2 can
we
answer the
want
next one.
an example of a term of endearment that feels slightly off. Example: Sugar Goblin, Daddy Crumb, Lick Muffin. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your daughter calls me her chonker.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to get into politics or
I
no?
like it. That's fun to say.
Twump twet. Only if you can read it in a baby voice. Twump twettins to suit the Times and CNN over Iran.
I'm just bothered about this a little bit. I'm bothered. Well, because Bunny, it's like
Energy
look,
1, bubble butt.
Bubble butt. Okay, here we go. All right, the next one. All right, the next one is, give me a sci-fi sounding noun that could plausibly be fake tech or anatomy. For example, glorp sack, quantum jiggler, neurocore. A sci-fi sounding noun that could maybe be fake technology or an anatomy. So, look, I'm very upset that Donnie Trump is threatening to sue
Good old
people
Donnie.
because they reported facts. You are the goddamn president of the fucking United States. Okay? People are not your friend. The press is not your friend. They are there to hold you accountable. And if there was a document that was leaked to the press that was not harming national security, or that wasn't, and that's subjective, but the New York Times and other people felt that it was a valid news and they vetted it, that said that the Iranian attack was pretty much shitting the bed. It didn't do what Trump is saying it did. And now he actually is out there trying to sue them because they reported that. And it's like, dude, you are the president of the United States. You lied. And you have a right to try to lie if you think that is what you want to do. But the American people have a right to trust the press, all of them, whichever press you like, to try to tell you what is actually happening. And the fact that anybody still supports this jackass, I don't give a fuck what your political leanings are. This is fundamentally un-American. And I'm just fucking getting tired of it. And it goes into this shit too. And again, let me find this clip real quick. It's just, we've seen it. We've talked about it on the show. More of these people pulling up and putting people in cars and saying they're ICE without any evidence of being ICE. It's like, when do you think enough is going to be enough for this country to say, and more importantly, the Republicans, because they're in control of both houses. When are they going to stand up and say, okay, this is some bullshit and this is not American? Like, does it matter? Do they really just not care if you're in the Senate, if you're in the Congress? You just don't care at this point. Like, I don't know. I'm venting, but I'm also curious because I know there are some fans of Donald Trump in the chat, and that's fine. But explain to me how this is acceptable to you, is my question.
Go ahead, Tech.
Yeah, go ahead, Tech. Preach, Tech.
It's time. Is Dingle Nips sci-fi enough, says Mish. That's what he wants to put, Dingle Nips.
Sure. Thanks for responding to my big, Dingle.
Look, Jaffe. Here's the thing.
Hang on. Okay, give me a verb, past tense, that sounds sensual, dangerous, vaguely illegal. Examples: dripped, ravaged, or honked. A verb, past tense, that sounds sensual, dangerous, or vaguely illegal.
Dangerous, vaguely illegal, or what?
Or sensual. Yeah. Where, what? Talk to me about Trump. Talk to me about how this is in any way, shape, or form okay.
Well, it's not okay. But the issue at hand is that what is there to do currently when the dynamic of the American political system is so inclined to kind of continue on one side this type of like bullish political like power position, right? And the other side is like vehemently, villainize everything that he does, even when it's just like minuscule shit.
Okay, well,
right? People will complain. Like if obviously Trump's character is a guy who would say shit like, "I'll sue you, bitch. Don't fucking."
And he has, and he's not just
call me
saying
a liar.
it. He's done it.
He's done it in the past. Yeah, but like right now, him saying like, "Yeah, if they're lying," like let's say Trump actually has verifiable information, because it's the government, they just are not able to give that out. That shows like actually we killed like the head of the fucking entire program, or like we killed like 80% of the engineers that were doing the nuke stuff or possible nuke stuff. He knows that, but he can't say that, right? And so he sees CNN and he sees whoever like spreading like, well, wasn't that effective? Possibly, He's a dickhead. He's like a little asshole guy from New York. Of course he's going to say shit like, you guys are stupid. I'll sue you. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm him. And like that's who he is. But I wouldn't say that's like newsworthy fucking article, big font, whatever. It's like, yeah, we're dealing with a
The
dickhead.
president of the United States is basically
I
saying,
know.
That's not
The
newsworthy?
presidency of the POTUS was a very like amazing. These are like the best of the best people we have to offer.
Supposed to
This is like our these are our champions of American freedoms. And then we had fucking poop your pants Biden, and now we have like shit on the week Trump. You know, like it's there needs to be a change in our system that starts from like the ground. Because there's more people. There's so many people that reached out to me over the past couple weeks when we started doing politics stuff. It's like, I'm just like Bunny. I don't give a shit. I'm not here to fucking like, why? I got stuff to do. Some guys like, you know, I have 4 kids. You know, I get that these policies are gonna like influence their lives, but I have so much stuff to deal with on my own. And why the fuck am I gonna get upset about some politician being an asshole or some politician being like ineffective?
Okay, okay, wait a minute. So wait a minute. The lawsuit thing about the news thing, I think, is it's very easy to see how that could become a very big problem when the government is trying to silence the media from reporting things that makes the government's job harder or makes the government not look good in the way they want to look good. And that is a big problem. But let's agree that that's kind of abstract at the moment for a lot of people. Okay, fair. What about the fact that you've got people being picked up off the streets more and more every day that are American citizens, that these federal guys are not being demanded that they need to identify themselves, show their faces, give their badge numbers. And these,
but California's doing it, no?
I don't care. It's
California's doing like the secret police act. Like they're trying to fight against this idea that you can just go around.
But how?
Like that's the thing. That what I'm trying to. The final point I was trying to make is because the base of this country comes from the fact that we're all Americans. All of us are involved in politics. All of us decide how this country runs. Yeah. Right? We are the people.
Yeah.
Right.
And we are.
This is we the people. It's us. Right.
Ish.
The sentiment of us being so like, fuck, there's so much going on, everything's crazy, and these politicians are doing crazy shit. Because that exists, there's not enough pressure on politicians that are established to make these changes. We saw, I'm gonna fuck up his name, but the mayor running for New York City, right? You know his name?
Yeah, but the guy, he just won. The guy won over Cuomo.
He won the
primary.
Democratic,
yeah,
the Democratic primary. You know, he went out to anyone in the street, any single fucking person he could find. It was like, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. This is what my policies are. This is what I'm standing on. I want to hear your take. If you voted for Trump in the past, like, talk to me about that. Tell me what led to you making these decisions. Let's have a conversation.
Right.
And that influenced so many more people to show up for the Democratic primary and vote this guy in. Right. Currently, a lot of government is just like, it's like the fucking LCU. It's drama. Fuck this guy. This guy's bad. Don't you see how bad he is? I have to be the guy to replace him because he's bad. And it's not like, I want to know what Americans want. I want to do this. That was like the big appeal to Bernie Sanders, right? He was like, I want you to feel proud to be American. I want you to have an easier time raising your kids, right? I want you to be like, trust our system. I want you to have confidence that American politics is not swayed by like the elite. That was like his platform. And it was successful, but you know, he got snubbed out
because American politics are swayed by the elite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So let me ask you this:
it's not going to change
on the 4th of July. Are you going to go out and wave a flag and watch fireworks while
Hell yeah!
And I would say you're a moron because while we have American citizens being picked up off the street,
don't you celebrate Christmas?
Being picked up off the street. and basically, as they say, disappeared. There was a woman last night, an American citizen.
Christmas is Christmas.
32 years old, going to her job at a marketing place. She looked Mexican. They grabbed her off the street. They didn't identify herself. Her mom and sister went on the news. They don't know where she is. I want you to think about that. So, yeah, go wave the flag. I mean, can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine? You're a citizen. Let's say you were a shade darker. And suddenly, where did Tony go? You know, usually it's just because you're sleeping like today. But let's say it was one day where you're gone because they picked you up. And you'll eventually maybe get back home.
Maybe this is influenced by the fact, like, my dad's family, before he like immigrated to the United States, as a kid, as like a 6-year-old, he was going like door to door asking for scraps of food to feed the pigs that they had to raise to like make income. Right? Like my dad grew up with his mom's side of the family, not his dad, and they were poor. My dad's side of the family, rich as fuck, but the whole thing. Anyways, but he struggled every moment of his life until he came to the U.S. Right? And this country gave him such opportunity to be who he is. He has like a $700,000 house.
Great.
It's like 4 bedrooms. It's like, I have a nice house. It's like 3 times the size of my house. It's great. And he dropped out of middle school, like second month of 6th grade. Essentially, he was like, "Fucking, I have to work. I have to do shit." He brought his entire family over here. They couldn't afford to go into like prep school, like high school over there. All my uncles and aunts, they're making like 100,000 a year plus, right? Like they're all successful. They have healthcare. They have healthy families.
But what they're celebrating is
this
capitalism.
country.
They're not celebrating freedom because people don't have it right now.
What I'm saying, my family was able to get off the ground because of like systems in place by the American government. My 2 uncles got trained through like a publicly funded like trade skill like thing they had in the government.
I
and
get
they were able
all
to get
of that.
jobs
I'm
immediately.
not saying America is the devil, and I'm not saying there aren't things to love about America.
That's the point.
However, it seems though that there's a lot of people that can't seem to do both. And first off, by the way, my guess is a lot of those programs have been gutted and they're no longer there. But let's assume
they're
they
there.
are.
Same programs.
Okay, so you can celebrate that, and you should celebrate that, but we're just letting this happen. I don't know. I think it's.
But it's not that we're letting it happen. There's people like you who have active voices that are trying to portray this is happening. This is abhorrent. This is something that we have to talk about.
I don't know what to do other than talk about it. I wish I could do something.
That's the best thing you can do right now.
No, it
you have
doesn't
a platform.
Make a difference.
You have name recognition. No, if one person gets swayed to being a little bit more concerned about their fellow man, that's enough.
Maybe
you not being here would have caused no one to be swayed. Right? You have to view it as like it's all incremental. You make one person change their mind, another couple people make other people change their mind. Have you seen that one ad that it was like popular in like 2012 or some shit? And it was like some guy does a favor for this little lady crossing the street. And that little lady like buys the muffin for the dude at the coffee shop. And that dude goes out in turn and like adopts a dog. And then some lady sees that and does it. It's all about.
I get all that. I think that's a
beautiful be the
concept.
change you want to see. And you are being the change.
Well, no.
You got to start with the man in the mirror, Jaffe.
Yeah. Stop calling people stupid because they're not informed.
That's what stupid means.
No, it doesn't. Stupid is not uninformed. It's not being able to be informed.
Stupid. If you're uninformed, you're stupid. Sorry.
No, you're ignorant. It's different.
Fine. Sorry. You're not stupid. You're ignorant. Sorry.
Yeah. We help those that are ignorant in America. We love them. Open arms. Send me your weak. Send me your downtrodden.
You don't even know what it is. You don't even know the poem.
I'm making this up. I'm saying
you are not making up what's on the Statue of Liberty.
You send me your
tired, the poor.
Send me your poor. Send me your tired, the downtrodden.
Look, let's talk about a
send me those boys.
Let's talk about a dominatrix. But hang on. Do we have a verb past tense that sounds sensual, dangerous, or vaguely illegal?
No, they're not responding.
What is the deal, guys? Really?
Jeffy, they gave money not to give a fucking ad lib. They gave money to choo-choo trains. Now choo-choo for him, Jeffy.
Okay, then can I just kill the ad lib? Because
No, just run it. Run it however it's done. Be like, hey, we're not able to get any more responses. Can
all
you
right,
make
fine.
the ad lib
We're
as it
running
is?
the ad lib in the next 10 minutes. So if you want to get in, now I want to ask you about this dominatrix here. I don't understand this woman. Dominatrix.
Ricky does say it can be stupid.
What's that?
They may be ignorant. Ricky says they may be ignorant, but they can also be stupid. So, fair point.
And in this world, a lot of people are willingly ignorant, which is a stupid choice. Thus, they're stupid. Now, dominatrix gets arrested for a shakedown plot. Her name was Mistress Tani. This is what I don't understand. 69-year-old man goes to the services of this dom. And she ends up recording the sessions and then trying to basically say that, well, she literally does say, that I will now release this stuff to your family and to the community unless you pay me hush money of like $5,000. Now, I don't know what a dominatrix makes, but I would imagine she makes more than $5,000 a year. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be a professional dominatrix. You might like it, and that may be what you do in your personal life, but if you're going to be a professional dom, $5K is probably not enough. So why would you throw your career away the minute this person comes out as, oh, don't go to her because she records the shit and she'll blackmail you? It's over, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking over. So I don't understand. But she's in jail now. So if you had an appointment booked with Mistress Tani, you may have to figure out somebody else. This is how she describes herself. Black, dominant, ruthless. She has a desire to walk all over you, literally. You shall submit yourself to me. Don't keep me waiting. Give in to your desires and release your finances over to me. Well, again,
Okay,
there's
so
financial domination, but that's different than blackmail.
Well, hold on, because a lot of times they do go hand in hand. But the thing is, when you do financial domination like that, where you're doing role play of blackmail, you have to have them sign a contract, and it's like make sure that everybody involved knows that this is role play. Nothing's ever going to be, large amounts like your whole life savings is never going to be transferred over, like stuff like that. And like maybe she was new and didn't know that. I mean, I feel like maybe there's a possibility that she didn't get a contract, and then him being 69 years old, maybe he fucking forgot. I don't know.
Okay. Listen to this.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just giving an alternative, but probably not, though.
Well,
I'm assuming probably not.
This dominatrix told the cops that she told the victim that the victim's wife would have a heart attack if she knew about his fetish for black ladies. So it wasn't the fact that it was a dominatrix that was maybe making him wear diapers and crawl around and eat dog food. It was the fact that she was a black woman. That was the clincher for this couple.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. It's weird. I don't have a problem with people being weird. I have a problem with people being assholes, I suppose. Anyway, I don't know. I got more stories, but now I'm cranky. I'm in a bad mood.
He's
I know, when that happened, when you started talking about politics. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I know.
It's funny.
Who's your favorite politician of all time, Jeffy?
I don't care anymore.
He hates all of them. He's never liked a single one.
I'm going on a poop cruise. I don't care what y'all say. We'll do it right now. All right. Well, we're going to lock it down. We're going to close out the show with our Mad Lib. So here we go. What do we got? We got, okay. Only go with.
Ravino says, David Jaffe, say Jerry Lewis.
Pay me.
No, is that your favorite one?
Favorite what?
Politician.
He's not a politician.
You don't pay attention. That's the joke. Gosh. I'll give you your autism diagnosis, Jaffe.
Okay.
Bunny, who's your favorite clown?
I love Clownvis. I feel like I love his style. I love his personality. He's hilarious.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna go with Clownvis.
Bunny, give me hang on. Give me a word, past tense verb.
Sashayed.
Sashayed away.
Yeah.
I watch most of RuPaul's Drag Race series. It's good.
Okay, here we go.
I've never watched it, but I've always heard good things.
Yeah, up to like season 7.
All right, I am going to put this in. There's the narrator that will be me. There is Bunny, our heroine, and Tech, the mysterious alien technician. Okay, I will put this in for us to read, and I will put it in.
Let me get my glasses.
I guess I'll put it in the Discord. Yeah. All right.
Bum 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 bum. Big gay boat ride. Says Zero Cool. Jaffe's on Big Gay Keem's boat ride. I don't know. Zero Cool thinks so.
Okay.
All right, here we go. You
Where'd
guys
you
see
see
it? It's in the side chat.
It's in the side chat.
Okay.
All right. You guys see it?
I'll show you, Joey.
All right, I'm the narrator. Here we go. In the shadowy void between galaxies aboard a craft lined entirely in microfiber, Bunny awakens, encouraged, confused, and covered in, well, we don't talk about that.
Where am I? Why do my taint feel like they've been smearing something forbidden? What?
Greetings, Bubble Butt. You've been selected for the Intergalactic Sensory Exchange. Please remain still. Your dingle nips are calibrating.
You can't just sashay into your weird alien spa without my consent. I demand to speak to your leader, or at least Garth Brooks.
Sound effect. Drawer opens with a moist, rubby squish.
That will not be necessary. He's in the observation lounge, wearing edible cherry lace underwear. He's quite happy.
I knew they smelled like Tennessee sweat and interdimensional shame.
As the ship hums and Bunny's dingle nips glow softly in the dark, a deeper mystery unfolds. One that will force her to question everything, her past, her purpose, her unexplained craving for microfiber against her taint.
The truth, Bunny, was always inside you.
Oh.
This is
Moist
moaning.
rubbies. Oh. Moist rubby squish indeed.
Sound effects are interdimensional zipper opening, black hole gurgle, distant Garth Brooks falsetto. And thus ends chapter 1, but the mystery is just beginning. You guys were right not to spend any fucking money on this debacle. This was terrible. This was terrible. That wasn't funny. It was dumb. We will never do the Mad Lib thing again. What a disaster. What are we, queens over on the LCU making $30 a night? We deserve $30. We don't even deserve $30 tonight. That was terrible.
Oh, Jaffy.
Oh, shut up.
You're cutting out.
Oh.
Let me leave and come
I
back.
don't know
Hang
what
on.
he said.
I can leave you.
What a forward young man you are.
Make sure to set up your OBS.
No,
Or the show.
I said...
Show's ending in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I know. I said that was terrible and we didn't deserve to make any money and we're worse than Queens on the LCU now because that was a terrible bit and we should never, ever do that again, is what I said.
Oh.
I'm very critical.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, Bubby's here.
Bubby.
Hey, Bubby. Leave it to Bubby.
Hey, leave it to Bubby. I love Bubby. It would piss this person off so much if we could get this person on the stream. Who are we talking about?
Thanks for reading the quiet parts out loud, Jaffy. You see how that's in a private message?
And I left out the names of people. I left out who it would piss off, and I left out who we're talking about.
Yeah, but you're talking about on this stream. You think how we're not supposed to talk about on chat?
That's why I sent in a message.
Jaffy never got texting growing up, all right? That's what it was. He never texted anybody.
It was notes in class. They would throw a note, and I would rarely get a note, but it would go
Yeah, but if
across
you got
me.
a note, would you just open it up and be like, who's the one with the canker sore? Like, who's this?
Yeah. It's like, she shit in your mouth, Robbie? Really? Here, I got this note.
I didn't
for
say
you.
the name.
There's a little piece of corn in here. I guess that's for you, too. Here you go.
I'll never tell Jaffy any secret.
You didn't tell me any
Just learn
secrets?
this.
What are you talking?
I just know though.
It's been long enough that
I would.
Jaffy showed my phone number on screen like months ago.
Yeah, but that was an accident. That wasn't intentional. That was.
And you know what?
And
didn't
you
say
just
sorry until like 2 or 3 days
accidentally read
later.
out loud.
What's
Yeah.
that? Well, look.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have Louis C.K. ask the store manager to make you apologize.
Anyway, let's talk to the chat for a few minutes before we wrap up. What are they saying? What do they want to talk about? Anything specific?
Leave it to Bubby with $2 says happy to be here. Sterling says thank you. Leave it to Bubby.
It is always delightful to have Leave It to Bubby, but Leave It to Bubby hates you. I just made that up. It's not true, but I just made it up.
Beautiful.
Thank you guys very, very much. Okay.
How do you feel about
Anna G says, did we get the horror movie? Hell no, we didn't get the horror movie. We didn't make. Hell no, we didn't get the horror movie or the poop cruise.
We made no money today.
That's on you guys. You should feel ashamed of yourself. Come on now. But
No,
look,
Jeffy's gonna go take a poop cruise, and we're not gonna see him
you're
for a
not gonna see me
while.
for a while. Well, you know. But look.
Who would your poop cruise partner be, Jeffy, if you had to take somebody?
You.
No. God, no.
No.
Oh, you couldn't enjoy.
I
it
hate
with
I hate
Texter?
poop. I'd be complaining the whole time. I don't like poop.
He would just be talking all about the double knuckle shit to people.
No, I hate poop. I don't like poop.
No, I would take I wouldn't want to go to a poop cruise, and if I wanted
He wouldn't want to go with anybody. He wants it to be a personal experience.
That's for me.
No, but if I
Yeah.
wanted to go to a poop cruise, though, what I would say about that is,
You're there. You're almost there.
It would be because it was an erotic thing. So I would probably want to go with a date that was like, oh, she's into the
She's a
poop.
pooper.
And I don't
Oh,
really
yeah.
know anyone who's into that, but I'm certainly not into that. So if you're
Why do you
watching-
want to go?
I don't want to go, Tech. It's a gag. It's a bit.
I would gag if I was on the poop cruise too.
All right. Fellas, that has been Madhouse for your Thursday night. Now look, here's what we don't know yet. We don't really know what tomorrow looks like, whether Gavin and Games or thank you, Zero Cool, whether it is Gavin and Games or Madhouse, because Tech is moving and I am
Saturday
prepping
morning.
the place for the move. And so I'm sure we'll be online. We'll do something, but the specifics this weekend are very hazy at the moment. And so
I had an idea, Jeffy.
Yeah.
What if we went live tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just your chair? You're just out doing stuff, and we just leave the stream going. No commentary.
Put
Not
an H3 video.
It would
on.
probably make more money. It would probably make more money than tonight's fucking stream, is what I would tell you. Is probably what would happen if we did that. It's like, we love the chair.
love the chair. Would you, if you had to be executed by the state? I know that's a little bit of a weird question. Would you prefer the chair or would you prefer the injection?
You have to choose.
Yeah, you have to choose one of these.
Probably the injection. But they don't work that well. But when they
Yeah,
work,
both are horrible.
when they work, they work. But you're going to hate the chair. But,
You know.
But
You know you're gonna hate
I mean, I don't know. How do we know when the green door is open? Well, the green door was open, but we weren't going to start the gold door until we got the Mad Libs filled out. But we could only get 10 people. I mean, again, that was my fault. I thought people would like it, but they didn't. Sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. All right, fellas, that's the show. Bunny, any final words?
None. But I love you.
How far are we from the gold door? $150. We're real far from the gold door.
Because
y'all gave
we're $70 away.
Okay. That's because you guys gave all your money to all these other shows, and you come to us at the end of the day. Maybe we should broadcast in the morning.
Bingo. Jeffy complained.
It's the end of the show. Yeah, fine. I didn't complain. I thought
Say something nice to them.
I thought tonight was a great fucking show, honestly. I thought it was really entertaining, really good.
It was fun.
Yeah, I hope the audience liked it. We have great view duration for tonight. I'm not knocking these guys. I love that you guys are here. But allow
Jeffy,
me to be, worried about our business because, it's not your problem, but I'm an honest broker. What do you want from me?
I wrote a short story back in the day. It was similar to that.
Why are we not successful?
That Pope question.
I wrote a short story.
It's just the end of the show. You got to complain. I got to be boring. I wrote a short story back in the day it was similar to that. Like if aliens came to the Pope, and it was if aliens came to the Dalai Lama and took away materialism from every human. They just did not care about having extravagant things. They just wanted the basic like necessities for life to make other people happy. Would the Dalai Lama be convinced?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll see you Monday, Bunny.
I don't even know what you were asking about the Dalai Lama, and then I'm like, are we getting Indian food? Is that what we're doing? What happened?
Great stream. I'm gonna end the stream on my end.
You said something that made me start thinking about something else, and then I got lost. But I can't.
That's how thought works, Bunny.
You said
you get presented something, you make correlated like responses.
Yeah, but then I stopped listening to you. That was my point, though.
Right.
I stopped listening.
Yeah, Canadian Connor says, "What does that even mean?" Right? Where you got? Look, here's the deal. Don't get too big for your britches.
Canadian Connor gets high every night he gets home. Okay, I don't know what the fuck you mean. He's not an honest broker.
Earlier tonight, you had a wonderful thought experiment about aliens going to the Pope. And now you think you're a goddamn rock star, and anything that comes out of your mouth is worthy of us paying attention. What you just said
No, that started before
didn't
this show.
Any goddamn sense.
What I was saying is if aliens could make it
Yeah, but
so
I
that,
hated it.
so that all humans adopted like the Buddhist tenets,
Yeah.
would the Dalai Lama be convinced to do it? If they let him decide.
To do what?
Aliens come to the Dalai Lama and it's like, hey, we can make every human Buddhist right now.
Uh-huh.
Would he be convinced to do so?
No.
And why?
Because that's not what Buddhism is about. I mean, I can't speak for the Dalai Lama, but Buddhism is a...
I can. He'd think that's fucking stupid.
Buddhism is about letting go of your needs and desires and accepting what is. And there's a stoicism about aspects of it, at least the philosophical part. And so the idea of pressing a button and making everybody believe what you believe almost seems to go absolutely against that very tenet, because that would suggest his desire allows him to manipulate other people by allowing the aliens to do what they needed to do. And,
If you were 70 away from gold doors, should have updated the goal. People more tempted and willing to donate when
Let
they see
me
the
tell you
numbers
something,
updated.
K-Nubs, right now. We hadn't even gotten to $1 on the gold door. That's Tech doing some crazy math, because we weren't even going to start calculating to the gold door until we got the Mad Libs
Finish
filled
the
out.
ad lib, yeah.
But we didn't do that because it was a dumb idea. It's the second time I tried to do a Mad Lib on this show. I'm never doing it again. I'm never going to bring it up.
You never put the factor of like how many ad lib posts there were, so it's hard for me to do the math on my. I was just like, we made $80 today. That's it.
Well, that's more than Queens made, so that's not too bad. At least we'll take that.
Well,
we'll take that win. We'll take that.
Yeah, but it's like, you know.
Bold Alpha says the goal was close tonight. No, it wasn't. That's like when you tell your kid he like lost. He got like the game winning run, and it's like, oh, you guys did great. You almost beat them. It's like, Dad, it was 18-4. Well,
you
tried.
You tried. I still love you. Whatever. You know, yeah. Look at the roaches up there. Anyway, I know it's okay. All right, fellas, that is the show. Be well, be safe. I'll be back doing something tomorrow, but I don't know what. We'll figure it out. We got because I might want to take tomorrow to really prep the move on this end to make sure everything goes smooth and blah blah blah, and we'll move forward. But for now, that's the show. Bunny, any final words for tonight? Tech, any final words?
Good night.
Good night, everybody. I'll miss you. I won't be here tomorrow, but I'll be thinking about you.
Oh.
All right.
Mwah.
Bye, you guys. See you later.
Bye.
How do I turn this goddamn thing off? I don't know where to go. Hang on a second there. Hang on. All right, there you go. Bye, guys. Be well.
Joe Dragon says, she's so hot. Thanks, Joe Dragon. Energy with $2 says safe travels, Tech. Thank you, love you.
Thanks, Energy. Now Canadian Connor. No. Cameron Moses is calling Bunny dingle nips.
Well, thank you.
Best dingle nips in the game.
Yeah.